You know what I'm saying? Come on, come on, come on. With the little desert flowers, too. Yes. Who's ready for the boom, baby? Boom! I gotta let the energy out. You know, that's what this is Morning Marijuana Motivation's all about, baby. I'm Mark Saint. This is the Morning Marijuana Motivation, your morning motivation. Every morning I get up and I'm alive, man. I'm grateful. You know, there's a lot of times I didn't even want to be alive. There's a lot of times where I had that kind of attitude and that wrong kind of energy. And if you're an energy, you know what I mean. And that's why I had to talk about these things this morning. Just the amount of energy we have, not only in our bodies and our minds and our souls, but the amount of energy that we emit from ourselves, from this mind, from this body, from the soul. Let's go, leg out. Saints Addiction, we're out here. Cheer. Cheer. That attitude, that energy, that vibe, if you want to call it that, right? Let's smoke some fucking weed right off the bat. The vibe, your frequency, right, is emitting certain things that you might not even see. Like literally, I was sitting there the other day, I gotta tell on myself, I'm gonna come into Schlotsky's. Schlotsky's Delis make some of the best sandwiches in the world. And I come up to the parking spot and the lady's hanging out, like taking out trash out of her car or whatever the fuck she was doing. I don't know, I just pulled up. And I was like, are you pulling out? She's like, no, not right now. In a minute. Like nasty. And I was like, did that just happen? Like I was more shocked than my mouth wanted to pop off. That mind, body, and soul wanted to clap back. And as she kind of stared at me rude in the place, finally she shut the door and I can pull in and get some shade on the car. She comes pulling out a handicapped dude. I'm like, oh no, I'm such an asshole. You know, this chick's being completely rude to me. That energy, the audacity. And I'm like, she's got a retarded dude, handicapped dude, some dude in a wheelchair, and I'm being insensitive. You know what I mean? And there it is. Every time you put out that kind of energy, what kind of energy are you going to be? The energy of me is like, I like to think it's smooth, comfortable, fun to be with. There's some plastic pocket challenge. Go ahead, Bird. I see you. You know, some of these sauce packs. You know, something to that effect. I like to think that I'm that smooth. I like to think that my energy is like Earl Flynn and is that Errol Flynn? Errol Flynn, and all the girls would just be comfortable around me, and they would like, it was like drinking 2 martinis. This dude was just so smooth, and it'd be nice if it was that way, right? But that energy, the energy that he possessed, was all alcohol based, right? Like a lot of people want these things, yeah. A lot of people want these things, but to hold them true, that kind of energy in your hands, let me tell you what it's like, bro. Let me tell you what it's like to have a super badass bitch where everybody thinks she's the hottest chick on the beach. And she's hot like, let's say, who was her name? Ava Gardner. And Ava Gardner used to get with her boy, let's say, Frank Sinatra. And they were married. And what did they do? You know what they started to do? Is this dude starting to blow the thing loud? I'll just go around. They used to get blackout drunk together, drive around, and shoot out the front windows of houses. Now, when you're with a woman that wild, right? And I mean that wild, it's almost like having a best friend that caused you trouble, you know? And it's just like, you know, what they say, kids are like having broke friends around, you know what I'm saying? They don't even pay the bills, never ever. It's a lot like that. These hang-arounders, these people that take that kind of energy from you, the people that take all the energy in the room because they're that narcissistic or they need that much attention or they're that big of an attention whore. Here comes the drama. Here comes Ava Gardner getting the cops called on her house on a routine, even when she was in her 60s. So much yelling coming from the house, she was reported from the LAPD. That's right. You be doing shit and you don't even know you're spinning shit. You don't even know that this beautiful woman is a demon and that she has a lot of issues that you can't fix. She was a nightmare on set. didn't show on time, was physically violent with people. Like, as hot as she was, Ava Gardner, you can look this up, she was a troubled soul. And, you know, I'm always trying to reach some troubled souls. You know, that's what Saints Addiction's all about. I'm a troubled soul too. I'd wake up in the morning and have some, good morning, have some shit going on in my head, and I had to get the dread out and sort it out and figure it out, right? We're all gonna have to eventually sort it out and figure it out. And that's just what it is, right? This little hottie right here with her dog. We'll just see what it is. And that's what you're going to have to figure it out. And most people aren't in the depth of figuring out their energy. They just let it out and emit it, and wondering, I guess they don't wonder. I guess the sun doesn't wonder what it does with its UV rays. I guess it doesn't really care how you feel about it. It just goes and does what it wants to do, and that's just it. And that's just, the energy just lands. If it burns you, UV rays you, X-rays you, on you, burns you, what the fuck does it care, right? And that's what it is. Good morning. And that's what you're gonna have to see. You're gonna have to see your own energy. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we do around here. We harness our chi. We see that the day is full of us and what we can do with our energy, and that energy is about to emit something positively or negatively, and that's how it's going to be received. Are you a receiver? Are you a giver? Are you the type of person that stresses out and makes everybody else stressed out? Are you the type of person that makes things better because they are better for it? This is going to be up to you. And this is what I'm talking about. This kind of energy, you know, the energy that I put into it. Am I bringing the kind of energy where I'm going to come show up with my friends and do things in the end? Morning. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. And we're going to always have to do that in the end. Yep. Morning. Shoes. And that's it, bro. You know, you're going to have to get in your own mind and see if it's worth still being negative to people or pessimistic. See if it's worth putting that kind of situation in your life, and then you got to fucking figure it out. You're going to have to get up inside your own mind and go like, you know, not for nothing, that's not my best act. That's not my best energy. And that energy, morning, that energy is going to be received by all the planets, all the universe, all the people of the planet get to see or feel what that feels like, right? I'm this close to the sun to stay warm. It's a nice 88 degrees out. If it gets any fucking hotter, guess what? We all burn up. So we're not too far away from the sun, this magical life belt, this 100 million mile ring around the planets, right? That keeps us from being scary. That keeps us from being burnt alive. That keeps us from being frozen, right? There's a life belt there, and there's not many planets that have that kind of energy. Either you're too close and you're like Venus, and then you end up just being gases. I'm gonna go around this way. This dude's making too much noise, but there's the mom. And that's what it is, bro. It's the gaseousness. It's these planets. Good morning. Going around us with all this energy and all this mass and all this gravity, and it's pulling us in. And we don't want to see the energy. Oh shit. You know, we don't want to see ourselves with all that energy. We don't want to see ourselves without excuses. We don't want to see ourselves fully ignited, launching to another planet. No, we rather sit here and talk about our childhood and, you know, what went wrong and why I'm not the way I want to be, and, you know, blaming other people and things and situations. I ask you, for all your situations, what was your energy like? You know what I mean? Like, let's reverse it a little bit. Not to go over all of the water that went under the bridge, but what was your energy in the play? You know, did you make a play? Or did you get scary and run away? Did you drop the ball, or did you catch a touchdown? Did you pull it in even with the defenders tackling you? I know how you feel. That's the fucking challenge. I know how that feels. I know that energy. That you don't know me, son. That who's gonna carry the boats? That I'm here in the morning, ready to go. Loving my life, making it happen, homie. And that's what ends up happening, is you got to make it happen in your own life. You're the captain of your ship. You got to make it happen, captain. And a lot of the ship or the shit that we put in our lives, that's a pocket challenge, are still in our heads. They're still in us. This energy, this power plant, this nuclear fusion That's you, that you don't know me, son, right? What kind of energy is that motherfucker bringing? Well, if it's David Goggins, he's, oh, you crazy enough to invite me to come live with you? I'm crazy enough to come show up. And within 3 days, he had one backpack sack and showed up, and he was ready to stay at the homie's house. He's like, I don't fuck around. Really. IDFA all day. And if you fuck around, get the fuck away from me. Siktir git lan. That means get the fuck away from me in Turkish. Siktir git. Get the fuck away from me, homie. I'm over here living my life. I'm over here making my dreams a reality. And the other people, when I think about their energy, right? These motherfuckers over here complaining. Yeah, that happened. And he didn't see his perspective. Man, I didn't get what I want. I'm like, let me get this straight. Are you the type of person that takes a bite out of an apple, right? And when you got to the middle, right? There was a bug, a worm, whatever you want to call that, right? There was a worm in the middle. And does that make the other bites bad? You get what I'm saying? Were all the bites bad because it ended bad? You know, was the whole relationship a learning curve, or was there some kind of elements of good in there? Was it always bad? And that's the things you got to ask. You know what I mean? Like, I'm adding up my energy, 8 plus 2, 2 plus 3 squared, and divided by this cubic root, right? I'm looking at my energy, and I was like, was I being a G? I'll wait. Was I being the best I can be? I'll wait. And that's what it is. It's about being a better human. It's about expanding my energy so that it reaches people and they vibrate it back. You know, it's not something like reflection or highlighting or being just a human being, or beaming, beaming, when you're beaming that energy upon people. You're showing up, it's a Monday, it's Monday, Money Mondays and Motivational Mondays, and you're ready to show up and get that deal and show up, and you weren't fucking around all weekend long, right? You're not hungover from Saturday. You're not ready to fucking dip, dive, and ride. You're ready to hide and fear and withdraw. You know, like, there's that energy. There's some people that's the only energy they got. They want to withdraw, you know, put their head in the sand, pretend like they can't understand. They don't see it, so it doesn't affect them. There's one type of energy, you know, that procrastinating energy, that lackadaisical energy, that, I'll put it off for tomorrow, what could be done today, right? Well, we know what procrastinators are like. We know that manic energy at the last moment to study for the test because you weren't prepared enough, right? In the Boy Scouts, I'll put my blunt up with the Boy Scouts, we say be prepared. That's right, you got to be prepared. Sorry if I didn't put the live chat on, my bad. Let's not let me do the chat filters or what? Start a poll. I don't know what I did. I'm supposed to have. Anyway, if you're trying to make comments, I apologize. I thought this was already working. Say hello if you can. Anyway, the energy of that person that constantly runs away from conflict, right? And that seems to be an epidemic now in the 21st century because it's so easy to block. It's so easy to go, I don't like you anymore. I'm going to take my ball and go home. Well, that shit probably worked when you were 5 years old. And you probably developed this safety mechanism when you were 8. And now you're full on 38 and you're still trying to act the same way. That's not an energy, right? That's an infant. And that's what we're doing. We're giving ourselves not infinite possibilities, but infant responses. I'm talking about a stimulus coming in and you acting like a child when it happens. Let's put it this way. Have you ever tried taking a cigarette from an adult? I'll wait. Those motherfuckers throw a fit. Those guys act like children. They go way out of their way to be like, I want my fucking shit and I want right fucking now. Aggressive. And you can't be like, are you serious right now, bro? Is it even worth all that? Is it worth that kind of energy? And that's what I started to learn from my psychologist. I got to look at situations and say how much of my time, my meat, my meat, my money, energy, attention, and time am I going to put into this? That's a big question because it's an impetus. The impetus is to put focus onto what I want to grow and not the weeds, right? So if I want certain things to grow, like abundance, business, love, I got to put the energy in those piles. I can't be putting it in some other pile of drama and distractions and mountains out of molehills, because it don't pay no dividends. That math don't work. You know what I mean? That's some bad math. And if you're doing bad math, it won't add up. It's simple put. In this life, if you're controlling your vice, or maybe you're just nice, maybe you're just doing what you got to do to make it happen. Maybe you're just here at the dog park to holler at girls. Maybe the dog's at the dog park to holler at boys. Maybe they're here to meet each other. Who the fuck knows? But that energy inside of me that says I want to reverberate, you know, I want to vibrate higher. Vibrate higher, you know, and that's it. I want everybody to vibrate higher. I want everybody to start inspiring before they expire. I want everybody to do what they can with the energy that they have. I want everybody to be appreciative for every breath of their lungs, even the water too. Especially the water. We wouldn't be on this planet if it wasn't for that. And we need to get our levels of appreciation back up. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need to do. We got to get back on the game where we start appreciating our name and our energy and the things that we bring to the table. You know, everybody's wondering what someone else is going to bring to the table. Your idea is how to build a table, your own table, where it has at least three legs of solid pillars of mind, body, and soul for you to build a flat plateau that you can build upon. Like everyone else, they need it's called a base. You know, you're going to need a base, bro. And from there, you can build an empire. From there, you can look at your habits and be like, okay, I can fix that energy. Or you can look at your patterns. Like I said, the patterns earlier this week, and say, okay, well, if I adjusted this would happen this way, you know? And then you can see that your energy goes up to being something better than what you intended it to be. That's all it is. You know, it's results, and I'm results driven. So I just want to let me get past these people real quick. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Hey, enjoy your morning. Yeah. And that's what we do. We just keep enjoying and growing and learning. And it's part of that process that I enjoy. I just started to enjoy the process instead of hate the process. Sorry, Andrew Cartwright, but I don't want to be you when I grow up. I don't want to be a multimillionaire that has the show on tight, but I don't have my attitude on tight. That people can see me and feel all right, or something comes positive from this message than the opposite, where it comes out sideways and you start doing subversive shit and you're just like, oh man, that's not the results I wanted. So let's get back to the strategy. What was your strategy in the first place? What's up, Trent? I see you, brother. Thank you for watching. What was your strategy in the first place? You know, did you give any different energy to the equation for it to come out differently? And that's what it is, right? Like, you can't expect it, right? Thank you, Ice Cube. You can't expect it to be, what's the word? Different if you don't have different energy. That's the truth of it. So it's like, let's do the math. If you put money towards the principal, right? That adjusts the interest rate. Right now, the only thing that gets our rate of energy is interest. Think about it. Like, the only thing that gets you interested is stimulus. And unless you're stimulated, you won't do nothing about it. Unless there's a little chocolate, pussy, or fun on the other end, humans are hard to move. And you see yourself and like, oh shit, that's my pattern, right? Like, the amount of energy I have, right? I have to touch my heart for this. And the hard nipple. It's like, oh my God, I got like so excited because like the amount of energy that I have, my visions, my goals, I'll tell you about later, but the amount of energy that I have for something that I want is tremendous. I tap in. It's like, if the amount of pull gets me to that cocaine, the drug, the girl, the pussy, the feeling, the high highs, right? If it gets me there, then I'm there, right? I'm like, I'm all in. I'm at the gambling table like a junkie, like what's up, brother? Thank you, bro. And that's it. What you smoking on? What you smoking on? Okay, I was gonna give you something. Yeah. Okay, tomorrow. I got you. Got you. You got to join Weed Club on Instagram. So he said, "Come on." That's it right there, my guy. Every morning cutting the grass. I'm gonna give him a little bit of grass. Join Weed Club. You know what I'm saying? But that's the energy I gave him. Kept waving every morning, being nice to him, ask him how he's doing, what he's doing, and they couldn't wait to smile at me. Him and those big teeth and crooked teeth couldn't wait to smile at me. And that's what it is. That's that energy. And I know my energy will be a G if I can focus on it properly, right? When I'm adjusted inside and I'm well rested and I'm well fed and I've been on my diets and I got that hunger in me because of fasting. Fasting is something I wanted to talk about too. That energy of fasting is like, man, you really look forward to the meals that you have. You don't just throw them down your fucking mouth. You know what I mean? It's more than just enjoyment. It's like allowment. You know, you did such a good job of being disciplined that you deserve these calories, and that you deserve the next meal that you put in your body won't be a donut. It'll be a fruit, because your body will crave the good stuff inside you, right? Like they say, what kind of fuel do you put in a Ferrari? The best kind. And that's it. And once you start putting that kind of energy into you, that best kind of energy, the energy that, I start thinking positively inside myself. And they're like, what does that mean, Mark? Well, think happy thoughts and I just fly like Peter Pan. No, it's a rerouting in your brain. It was like, yeah, that happened, but this also happened, right? Or sure, it feels that way, but what's the lesson I learned in it? And also, okay, I don't like the outcome. What's my new strategy to get a different outcome, right? We stay obsessed about what got missed, right? Didn't throw the touchdown, how many picks. We all saw Sunday, you know what I'm saying? Bo Nix, go Denver Broncos, right? That's him playing on a Sunday. How'd you play yesterday? And then you're Monday quarterbacking. Then you go back into the review channel, right? You go back into film. You're with your teammates and you're like, oh, I missed that block. My bad, bro. I didn't mean to miss that block. I got you, homie, you know? And that's what we're going to do. Inside of our heads, we're going to go over things inside of our lives and say, how did I do? You know, what did I do with that energy? Did I have my ass low enough to block? You know, did I have my hands up? Did I go for the chop block? You know, I mean, like strategies. Football, it's easy, right? It's easy to see someone's strategy. A gap, B gap. You got to pick up player 2. And, you know, there's a board and there's dry erase markers and someone showed you the play, right? Well, that's easy when you're just playing. But life isn't just a game. And it's not just all play. There's a strategy here. And I'm not talking about Machiavellian techniques. I'm not talking about 48 laws of power. I appreciate all of that stuff from Robert Greene. What I'm really saying is more hippie. It's your energy. Yeah, I know it sounds weird, right? How's your energy, bro? Is your vibe all right? Like, I don't like the way that you're vibing right now. And that's going to be your sales, right? That high energy. I'm positive. I've already been up 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not yawning. I'm not coffeeing. I don't need any of that. I'm here. I'm here for it, son. I'm here for it, son. Comes the homie. He's going to pull up. Yeah, there's our city workers. Thank you, bro. See you later, bro. He's so fucking cool. I'm gonna get him some weed tomorrow. But you know, in that smile again, you know, in those interactions, that's where your sales are. You know, I'm being honest with you. I've sold cars for 4 years. Ain't nobody buying a car from somebody that's going through a divorce. I'm just telling you, nobody wants to hear your bad mood. And when my buddy wanted to share his opinion or give me feedback or talk shit, I was like, I don't want to hear it. I simply don't want to hear it. Shout out to Roken Vapes. Mention Saints Addiction on their website to get 15% off. Holler at your boy. You're going to need the batteries. The cartridges are sold separately. Go to Saints Addiction's DMs to get some of them. Okay? Join Weed Club. Fuck sakes, man. But that's what it is. You know? It's that kind of focus that you allocate your energy to. When your day starts to develop and you're like, okay, where do I want to be on this chessboard? You know what I mean? What kind of Herculean efforts do I have to put out to get to the part where I want to be? Everybody wants something, But you best believe, that's the truth of it. You're all going to want it, but do you want it bad enough? Usually we want it really bad. We're pretty clever monkeys when it comes to things that give us stimulus and feelings. It gets us all in our feels. We're like, ooh, all in, no problem. Take my money, let's get married. All the fuck in. My buddy's like, I'm not coming to Vegas, bro, because I know I'm gonna fucking marry a stripper and end up in jail. And he almost did that. He almost predicted that outcome. And that's what we have to do. We have to pre-predict our own outcomes and go, okay, by the end of this day, I want my energy to have done this. Most people don't talk that way. They're just like, what will the day bring? And I get that. I'm on some, what will your energy bring? What do you want to bring forth from inside of you? Like, it's like being a creative or an emotive or what does the people call, what they call a muse, right? What do you want to muse from you? And then you're like, you know what? With this lifespan, this life, when I'm touching my heart, these heartbeats, these breaths in my lungs, this is what I want. And this is why I was saying, this is why my goals are so important. And I want to talk about them at the end. I always save the best for the last, because it's like, not for nothing. This is my life, homie. You decide yours. And in your decisions are your outcomes, right? And you don't get to live anyone else's life but your own. And it's only going to be the way that you put the energy in. That's it. Like, you can't go around and just go, oh yeah, dude, everybody wants to win the lotto. And it doesn't work that way. The people even in the lotto end up losing their lives quickly, or their daughter developed a meth habit, the one guy with the mega bucks, and she ended up dying of drugs. You can have all the money in the world. There's something out there that you want more than money. I promise you that. What I got can't be bought. You ain't gonna go to the shelf and put 10 grand on it and go, give me confidence. And then down below, add 20 grand, and then, can you give me the one of my dreams? And oh, by the way, I want all my dreams to come true. Simsalabim, make it happen. I ain't fucking like that, bro. This ain't a fucking, what's the guy's name? Genie? This ain't a magic lamp. Life don't work like that. And that's why I was like, this ain't play. This is real. And this is like the realest game you ever get to play of your life. You're not an NPC. You're on the board and you're emitting energy. You have a mana. You have a lifespan. Fighting force. And it's up to you to do something with that. Simply put. And that's Monday, bro. That's this week. This is a Monday motivation of somebody some source to just be like, I want this so fucking bad. I can taste it. And so when I look back, and I remember my days going to, all I want to do is own a business. All I want to do is own a business. And, if I only own a business, then it would give me my financial freedom. And then I'd be free to travel the world and do what I want to do with my life. Okay. Did you write it down? Right? Did you set goals? Did you start going after them one bite at a time? Did you start eating the elephant? And that's what ends up happening. I'd love to sit here. Actually, I am sitting here. I'm hard on myself, but I am sitting here. Loving my life, right? I love my life! Look, there's the moon. Half a moon all the way up when the sun's rising over my shoulder. Sun's up, moon's up, my life is up. I get to take the time to start my mind in the mornings. That's all I wanted. I'm not at someone else's job at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm not wearing someone else's clothes. I'm wearing my own. This one got faded, but it used to say, don't wish work. You know what I mean? And that's all it is. Don't wish work. Work your dreams, bro. I love an idea. I even love it. I like an idea. I love somebody that works their idea, and bring that to the forefront of your mind, to your life, and say, hey man, here's my energy. What are you about? Oh, well, I'm Mark Echo. I created this label and brand. This is me. This is what I'm all about. I wrote a book. Now it explains it. It's an audio book. Oh, okay, cool. Now I get it. You know what I mean? We all know the story of Nike, but we don't know the story of you. And just like we keep saying in the AI team, everyone's a brand. Everyone's a label now, and everyone's got a story to tell. So please bring forth your energy. Make it known what you're about. I would love to know. And on this Monday motivation show, I gotta go. Peace and love. There's your peace. There's your love. And as always, there's your Chigaton. That means goodbye, but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. But the other side of your fear, the other side of your excuses, and the other side of the world, that's where I'll be. Saints Addiction, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Holler at your boy. Peace.